喂，Saras ich ya bravo su， 等一下哦，是我直播出什么问题吗？为什么它卡在这边？我看一下，啊，确实卡着，操！
How can anyone not know how to appreciate S101VE? Look at her elegant lines. Look at her wonderful propulsion system. Listen to her operation. It is music from heaven. 为什么？为什么我继续？我是该更新我的 OBS 啊？就我可能知道更新 OBS。好。 Feel awesome. Now it's my turn to catch you.
继续过继行。20。 可以啦，然后注意率一个没有盘，一堆注意率，食草之药，我没有领到这个，我这样我听一下自己声音会不会太小？咋的？菜吗？喂？ OK， 好，先不管它了，就先这样吧。任务，这个是，我觉得应该差不多了，这应该没什么问题。哦，苦木弹罐，不错。我来玩一个这个已经。 不知道已经没有多少人玩的游戏了。我突然回来，我也不知道为什么，突然想玩，你知道吗？游戏开始，可以。等我把麦克风移到我前面好了。嘎豆，出牌。输了。那这边必定要出输重拳啊！你妈挺好的。 哎！我撤错了，来啦！北七呀，撤错，你想在干嘛？打出第一张，出牌，打的，这边是布列塔尼公爵，出个这个好了。哦，你在北七上，好吧？超好笑。 OK， 所以啦，完成当前积分可以领什么？可以领狂人续，还是续吗？我不知道，我忘记了。我觉得我先把那边破完再弄这边好了。寻找卷轴，这里领取秘卷轴。 10万的历史子儿，好角色啊，不对，不是角色，不修荒原，所以我偷打一点啊。那个，我们的这个，我们的安啊，不，吵那么多是什么意思啊？真是，到底。 我像做什么坏事一样，坏事做尽，给我戴帽子了，这人。Oh my god！
Essentially，
就是说37非常好看啊，非常的可爱。然后我现在，
你是不是也遇到了这种情况？
你的贴图怎样的啦？哦， 贴图怎样了？贴图怎样了啦？什么时候出？现在可以出贴图吗？我好像不知道会不会出贴图。我要自己画贴图吗？那也是那个以后再试。很主席不是，迄不是爱管的。有小风。完成任意关卡啦！什么时候才刷你的贴图？可以不要吗？那来看这个吧，通天之塔，这很高级的感觉。一样是这
A
个。
mixture of arcanum and mathematics. The ship on the Mediterranean.
好屌哦！神明主义和数学混合的地中海游轮。
Unbelievable! Our investigator actually met this group of arcanists who believed in numbers, and even left such a precious record down on paper. Does it mean we're close to being helpful to Barton?
Barton?
Certainly, it's what we deserve for all the efforts today. But why did they leave such an important report in the reference room storing unnecessary information? Did they misput it here after the chaos of the storm?
Among them, the most easygoing one was Hugh.
Sure.
He was an engineer as well as an arcanist. We shared the same preference for human technology, and that became our common topic. Hugh was in his 30s, red-haired, cheeks sunken, and deeply depressed due to some kind of eye disease. He was a decent man, with a prudent attitude, working at a desk most of the time. He reminded me of the imperial miniature painting artists in the Sultan's palace. Most of them ended up blind after toiling for their life. He showed me the picture of his daughter. I don't have children, but I could feel his happiness as a father. Although I got along well with Hugh, he seemed quite out of place among that group, which was actually led by her.
Her.
I don't know what words to use to describe her. She was like a meteor shower, a tempest, or an unreasonable catastrophe itself.
他们的东
Her
西就是这种很
existence was just like
构
her
成
name.
主义的感觉，我不知道为什么。
It was simple.
我也可能不是构成
It
主义啊，
implied a lot.
也是
Please forgive me for my
主义
cowardice.
忘了，就很
Even now, I don't have the courage to write down her
他
name,
美术是很赞的。
if one would call that a name. In fact, she was quite a kind, warm-hearted person. Among all the unregistered arcanists I've met, she was one of the nicest ones towards the Foundation. She looked young, even though I heard she had a daughter too. Besides, she still possessed the innocence of a child, and that kind of excitement exclusive for genius. That's right. It seems the whole world was like a sparkling toy to her. Our communication was heart-stirring at the beginning. Both of us were eager to find out what was happening, like two shipwrecked victims grappling at each other on the sea. But I didn't have the slightest idea what she was talking about, actually.
语言不通还这样。
The problem was not the typical communication issues between humans and arcanists. I was sure the language we used didn't pose any obstacles, but still I couldn't understand any words of hers. I would believe that one is highly intelligent if one can name all the factors of 11,567 without thinking.
What the fuck?
But what this one said was illogical nonsense which no one could ever imagine. She claimed that there is a world of numbers, above all else, where the non-physical essences of all things exist in the form of timeless, absolute, unchangeable ideas, and that the physical world where the time flows is nothing but an appendage, which has never been real or true. And that's why the chaos in this world is not worth any attention, and we should focus on what happened to the supreme existence. What an utter disaster combining modern maths with ancient superstition. I saw another hubristic arcanist pretending to be the prophet by reliving Platonism. I don't even bother to mention the balderdash on soul numbers. Even the New Age movement could use some of her absurdity. But that was not yet the end. She even claimed to be aware of the exact year when the next reverse would happen. But when I asked her about it seriously, she said,
My apologies. I've made an oath. I shall and only shall reveal the demonstration to people who have their own soul numbers.
I'm not sure whether she was making fun of me or being serious, but I had this feeling that she was eager to tell me how she was granted the secret through a moment of afflatus. It seemed she just saw through the laws behind all things instead of finding them through logical deduction.
Can't you see it? It is right in front of you.
After I expressed my inability to comprehend her words 30 times, she finally gave up and proffered regrets. I'd rather take it as a new kind of humiliation. What really irritated me about her, however, was her contempt towards science and all the scientific research methods. As far as I'm concerned, the value of a theory lies in its reliability, universality, and generalizability. Our pursuit of the truth has laid the foundation of modern science, allowing us to change the world. Yet, in her eyes, the value of a theory lies in its beauty. I talked to her on the current situation, and I told her how we would save lives and preserve the hard-earned technology of mankind if we could find the pattern of the storm. It was of course not an easy thing to do and would take enormous manpower, so I asked her sincerely to join the Foundation. Yet again she responded with contempt. She believed they would only become another military squad of the Foundation's.
Darling, maths are beautiful for their uselessness. That's why it remains noble and graceful in this sordid world, despite you humans' reckless action of using it to calculate ballistic.
She turned down my invitation and left an unfairly negative comment on our storm observation project.
The observation stations you built are destined to be toppled because their basis is the fragile world that follows the laws of physics. The efforts you've made are like nails on a sand beach, which will only be carried away by the next tidal wave.
But I said, perhaps our efforts are in vain, but someone has to do it. We will try every corner of the beach before making the conclusions that the world we are living in is already a hopeless ruin.
What a pragmatic, rigorous, and rational speech. But dear, the world is a hopeless ruin.
The conversation ended in disagreement. I don't know why arcanists hate the world so much. Perhaps the reason is they have never been truly accepted. To this day, I still remember her venomous conclusion.
The world built on past experiences has ended. In your words, which you used to mock us, why not embrace the reality?
Yet about the gnosis which she deeply believed in, and the so-called prophecies she made through numbers, she had never given any proofs or details that showed rigorous logic. And the reason for her inactions was an oath she had made before some stone? Therefore I believed her words were only the nonsense of a lunatic. When we first met, I thought she was different from all those psychos, who mistook the malfunction of their prefrontal cortex as the will of God. But they turned out to be the same. In the name of human sense, I swore everything she said was absurd and ridiculous to me. Until...
Madame Z said the arcanists on that island are all named after numbers, because they have a strong belief that numbers are the essence of their souls. The investigator wouldn't write down her name. Is it because of the conflict between their beliefs? Huh? That's all?
没了，被撕掉了，被毁掉了。好，可能不想让世界知道真相，把它遗落在不重要的资料室的不重要资讯。啊，可以继续吧。
Submitting such an unfinished report would only cause problems for the reviewers and evaluators, but this investigator didn't even write down their name.
Don't worry, Miss Burnish. I'm familiar with this situation. Every time, after the brave Typhon defeats Jupiter, he returns to the Auto Island. But each time we twist the ear of Mr. Glassbox, Typhon will show up again and again. As Moisson told me, the ear is the key to bringing back our hope.
Wait, don't tell me you are talking about the shows on the mechanical television?
机扫电视啥的。
Stop, Miss Sotheby. Please, take a seat on the cushion and listen to me carefully. This is a detailed report written by a formal investigator of the Foundations, not some TV show full of cliffhangers. That means we will definitely find the rest somewhere.
Oh, I see. Must be a Coco-treant who took away the other part of the book. Usually, they will be attracted by Luna Fixer, and by following their traces, we'll find their lairs in the stable.
You mean someone took it away? That's highly possible. Data loss is not allowed in the Foundation, especially under the Monitor Assistance Management.
We must prepare Luna Fixer. Don't forget their favorite jigging magical beans. I don't have those materials with me right now, but I can write to them. It only takes a month.
Nuh-uh, we don't need that. You've perfectly accomplished the task from me when you found this valuable report. Well done, Assistant Sotheby. Now it's time for the great Matilda to show a little bit of her greatness.
高路人，没有了，乱讲。算他的，好像对吧？他在那边写是法兰西图书馆。这边每日活跃可以领到一些这个成语滴啊。收藏品，2026年2啊，新东西。
Don't be in and out. You're bugging me.
开始星象增幅提升意识。我需要什么？需要这个吗？在四方城外，在四方城外那个，哎，其实我有这个啦，这个开一个，有什么？夜色的亵渎者，美丽新世界，这个。这边都没有眼睛帮我看一下37。
You're back.
推荐什么星象吗？
Of course you are. Because this place is the origin.
落于现实，沉默与向往。有吗？这东西吗？我根本就在乱搞，我得说。
Don't be in and out. You're bugging me.
沉默与向往在四方城外，故尝试证明。
Greetings. Today your shirt matches the
我
color.
人说弄得很下爬。四行诗，苏富比。
Welcome to Taipon's
对这
movie
个
party.
黯然失色。柏林以东。
I'm not good at dealing with visitors.
编号星象。Oh my god！ 我先让共鸣好啦，我觉得继续过剧情，他到底刷了多少啊？那个你能见到无数伟大的占卜师在真正的答案揭晓之前。我其实发现这边写的很有诗意，就是跟刚刚前4国策一样，就是会有一种很小的介绍，就蛮好看的。白日航船，哦，换场景了。白天当然没有月光。
Judging from the omen, it's at the northwest, the beginning and the ending of the ring, where the wall reflects repeatedly. The northwest of SPDM. This one is straightforward. The beginning and the ending of the ring is not a problem either. The icon of the computing center is exactly the Ouroboros, a serpent eating its own tail. Here we are. But where the wall reflects repeatedly, does that mean a closed room with mirrors? The mirror in the display center is a huge kinescope in the wall. And the one in the airtight laboratory is a crystal clear observation window. The one in the rehab center? No. The mirrors in the operation room have been replaced with electronics screens of steel structure after that Xenopilot made a scene. So, where is the answer? Hey! You just hit me! Shouldn't you apologize?
Where did you come from, dork? Wasting my time.
What? How could he say that? That's rude! That gentleman doesn't look well. He's covering his face. His nose is running with purple liquid. Oh dear. Did he drink a whole bottle of purple Chrysandra juice? He needs treatment immediately. Oh, if only I had brought the Phoenix heart nerves with me.
He ran towards the rehab center. Nothing to worry about. Just another patient trying to prove he has recovered. The rehab center has all the facilities and medicines he needs. He will be properly treated. But why is he wearing the uniform of Laplace? And where's the receptionist here?
Does everyone go to the weekend party night?
Absolutely not. The researchers here are too busy to do that. The computing center is working on the most urgent and vital project, the research on the immunity to the storm. We should not disturb them unless it's an emergency. So please stop calling the office and put down the telephone, Miss Sotheby. This is not the ear of a tea kettler, and it won't take you to any twist balls. Je sais qu'elle est débutante, mais quand même, elle est trop bizarre. Guide new members with caution and patience. Trigger the afflatus at the right time. J'avoue que Verten a remporté une victoire temporaire sur ça.
Miss Burnish, I just read the map on the counter. You mentioned where the wall reflects repeatedly. Does the vision refer to the racquetball center here? You see, its icon is a bouncing ball.
Huh?
Let me take a look.
这想法不错。
Found it! This is really the right direction. Next, empty boxes, glasswares, and copper pieces. Looks like our destination has piles of metal. Good job, Assistant Sotheby. I have to say, I might have gone a bit too hard on you. You are more capable than I thought. Thanks to your prompt reminder, we have saved quite some time.
Sotheby is glad to help. Miss Burnish, since you're such a talented diviner, why don't you just divine the reason for the storm with your inherited arcanum ability? According to Ms. Moisson, the reason still remains a mystery. If the crystal orb can reveal its truth, everything will be much easier for Bertin and her team.
Define the reason for the storm? That's impossible for sure. It's a typical mistake of laymen to believe one can see everything through divination. You are an expert on potions and arcane creatures, but you have little knowledge on other subjects. Haven't you received any systematic education on Arcanum?
Education in Arcanum? I'm of course well educated in Arcanum, with Ms. Moisson as my tutor, and my arcane friends such as Typhon from the Auto Island, Jupiter, and...
Alright, enough!
烦了，这个。
I have understood the fact that the education you have received is not systematical, or say incomplete, imperfect, inelegant.
优雅，完美。
But don't worry, because you are talking to the kind-hearted Matilda. She will spend her valuable time to make it up for you. In fact, the system of arcanum knowledge is not completely separated from that of human science. For example, the modern pharmacy and chemistry actually originated from the experiments of potions and alchemy in the ancient times. They developed into two different systems because arcanists focused more on the knowledge ignored by scientists, which is gnosis. The knowledge we learn from divination is exactly under this category. Wow. Let me fill you in with more details. If two human researchers test Snell's law at two different places at the same time without making any mistakes, they will always reach the same conclusion. Or, if two potionists use the same ingredients and follow the same formula to make the cough cough stop stop potion separately, their products will also have similar effects. However, if two diviners respectively perform divination on the same thing, they will probably see totally different visions. Because what the divination shows is merely omens. The interpretation of these omens is in fact a kind of subjective deduction based on the reality, and there is no such thing as a standard answer. Even if the two diviners draw the same conclusion, it is more of a coincidence than a result that implies generalizability. So diviners never check the accuracy of their divination through the review of peers. And this is an example of gnosis. Unlike human sense, it is unique and possesses no universality. In other words, even if someone finds out the reason for the storm through divination, they can't have other diviners verify it, because 100 different diviners will give out 100 different conclusions. The scene will be even busier than a concert at Musikverein. That being said, the more possible result we get from the divination is nothing. Divination cannot bring knowledge which the diviners have never learned. The divination of such world-class knowledge, as complicated as the reason for the storm, can only be performed by world-class diviners. We may find one or two diviners like that if time continues to be reversed, like Nostradamus. But he lived in the 16th century. Besides, if Nostradamus is not always right... But Miss Boaniche is! Thanks to your divination, we're getting closer and closer to that report, right? You are right! Finding items, interpreting dreams, and making simple prophecies. All these things are just a breeze from the bright and clever Matilda. But inquiring about the storm is beyond my ability, and it will only bring misfortune. I will never make such a stupid mistake. In fact, this half of the report and the handwriting of the author are perfect divination media. Besides, our target is not far away from us, and I'm familiar with the surroundings, which have made things much easier than usual. It is true diviners can improve the accuracy and controllability of their gnosis by practicing repeatedly, holding the rituals properly, and making targeted preparations. But that still doesn't mean the result will be absolutely accurate. The report says that person who mentioned the School of Numbers claimed she was enlightened about the year of the next storm. Is that also by divination? I am not sure what kind of arcane skills they used, but numbers are indeed a kind of omen too. I am not talking about the specific knowledge of mathematics, but the numbers themselves, because they are even more abstract than images and languages as kind of symbol. Even so, there is no way for us to verify this prophet unless it really comes true. That is also why it takes almost nothing to spread a prophecy. My mother told me many people in the outside world write to the Foundation every day, claiming to be prophets who can predict the doomsday and thus requesting unemployment benefits.
The doomsday? Unemployment benefits? Oh my! The outside world is far more wonderful than I thought. How fascinating. This Burnish is even greater than I expected.
You bet! Wait, did you mean I was not the greatest?
突破盲点欸。
Here we are, Mr. Thibby. Now, this is the moment to verify the result of my divination.
枝芽。芥末的什么事啊？
If you look at the ground after the rain, you can often see a wet, long trail, like this one. At the end of the trail, there may be a snail slowly crawling forward. Yeah, but what if we don't see any snails at either end? Criterion. Well said. What you see is not necessarily true, but what is logical is, because we haven't witnessed or experienced anything illogical so far. If something like that at this point was firmly believed by those researchers who worked in the house, it remained true to them until the first drop of rain rose. The sardines suddenly found whatever they used to mend the can, there was still a crevice left between the ends. The chaos didn't last. If it really was the rain that swept, does it mean we will find out the truth of time once the secret of the rain is revealed? There has never been a shortcut like this one, since time is only an intangible concept. So then, observation stations were built all over the globe. The staff learned how to collect and keep the valuable samples efficiently, in no time. Order and silence were brought back to the labs. It was a grand feat, and no one could have accomplished it inside this huge, cumbersome... That's why she made a decision as soon as she read that report and its attachment on her desk. The former was about... Then she stored the information on her hard disk and destroyed the report. And the paper which claimed to have recorded the locations where the storm might happen... It seems she's satisfied with her...
Why? 芥末的吊死，好好。稻吧，哀悼的悼，悼词。这边回忆的老照片，这也是。这一栋建筑。 就是那个人，这里。可是我还是马蒂的答案，说不定。就是神秘学家在他的船上。我们觉得“缄默”这个词非常好吧？哇哦！问号问号问号！
Lost and found of the racquetball center? showed copper pieces. We need to find something that seems to be locked, but is actually not. Aha! Found it! Nothing can stop the genius, Matilda.
他一早找到，这么屌，我靠！
The trip to Egypt didn't go smoothly. The ship was hit by a common storm at sea. We were lost in the fog after that, completely off course. Then something emerged from the water. Since the first storm, the Foundation has received frequent sightings of arcane creatures which should have been extinct in history. I had no idea what I was shooting at, even after I emptied the clip. And I didn't know what to do, so the arcanists brought us back on course. She named the precise longitude and latitude of our location, even without using the sextant in the spare cabin. I wonder how she did that. Perhaps the world did look different in her eyes. Then when I was about to step on a random plank on the ship, she suddenly dragged me back. I thought it was only an inappropriate joke. But the next second, the plank broke. I was stunned, and asked her how she saw that coming. She just answered me as if we were talking about the weather.
Because that plank is deformed like a rhombus.
I was confused. Where is the rhombus? She laughed.
The rhombus can't be seen with eyes. You shall close your eyes, hearken to the teaching of the Supreme Existence, and seize the moment of afflatus.
Of course, I didn't see anything. Nor did I understand what the moment of afflatus was. Perhaps it's just another privilege enjoyed by arcanists, just like their right to be lunatic. Nevertheless, she reached the correct conclusion in a completely wrong way. Is it really possible? Anyway, she saved my life. But that was not enough to settle the differences between us. She remained rejective to working with the Foundation, and I finally gave up on the attempt to persuade them. My mission on that trip was not to make contact with them. Besides, what we needed was builders of the storm observation system, not some liars who would only make things worse. As for the shelter they took from the storm, she wouldn't say a word, as if she were dealing with a spy who pried to find out the deepest secrets of the Arcanists. In the end, Hugh mediated between us. He gave me an address in Istanbul to which I could send the letters to contact them.
Istanbul, 不错不错。
After that, I spent more than half a year in the Egypt office. Things were even worse there than I expected. Some have gone missing after the storm. The people who were supposed to be in the Egypt office, according to the member list stored in the headquarters in 1985, were not there when I arrived. The situation could be caused by the limitations of the transmission of paper-based materials, or because the computer was not yet popularized to every corner of the globe at the time. One minor mistake of a copyist could develop into a huge difference. Besides that, the chaos inside Laplace was an even worse issue. I learned that someone published the paper Samplings of Global and Regional Chaotic Energy Route Changes in the name of Butterfly of Lorentz. Apparently they secretly used our sampling sites, yet their research direction and conclusion were radically different from Laplace's. The research is equally divided into two schools. One sticking to the human technology they have focused on, and one changing their direction to Arcanum. At the time, it was still too early to decide which direction was right, without sufficient experimental data. But many already believed that if time continued to be reversed, human technology would only keep falling into decline, while Arcanum, which relies on personal ability, would rise again. It's true that Gnosis cannot be copied, verified by an independent third party, or comprehended through reasoning. Its nature decides that it cannot lay the foundation of science or be popularized to every ordinary person. It takes solid marble to build a castle, not slippery sand. Even so, what harm will it do to rely on Arcanum when the underlying logic of all things has become unreasonable? Before the disagreement was settled, the storm in 1987 was predicted. We were ordered to return to the headquarters 24 hours before its arrival. But the prediction was not accomplished by Laplace. A captive from Manus Vindictae names the precise date of that storm. Our enemies, those lunatic xenophobes, valuing only pure blood, made it further than we did. Yes, we built observation stations, we made countless deductions, we developed multiple simulation models. We made efforts, we sacrificed life, we did whatever we could. Yet the result was that we didn't find any other regions immune to the storm, except the headquarters and another one in North America. In the end, 95% of the branch members were reversed. 87.9% of the equipment was destroyed, and 100% of our predictions failed. In conclusion, our endeavor brought no achievements. As for the captive from Manus Vindictae, the delirium patient who claims that oracles flowed under his parietal bone. When we asked him how he learns the precise date of the storm, he burst into laughter.
Can't you hear it? Has God left you behind when he spread his grace?
Then, he smashed his own skull with a handcuff.
用手铐自杀。
Yes, there was no doubt.
Wow.
He was an incurable lunatic.
那很强。
But his insane nonsense was exactly the reason we survived the storm again. No matter how unreasonable or illogical it was, or how much a lie it sounded like. So we'd better believe we shouldn't go out in black today because the fish is swimming in the water. We'd better believe in the existence of the non-physical, everlasting, transcendent world where everyone's soul is a number. We'd better believe in the supreme existence which caused the disorder of time by merely casting its shadow. That means the life of individuals means nothing more than rubbish, and the world is but an imperfect ruin, where only the chosen ones that pass the trial, while the rest will be eliminated by the rain. How am I supposed to do that? Finally, I made up my mind to write to her. I didn't expect her to answer my questions. All I wanted was to confirm if she had survived that storm. For the sake of our peaceful talk about the rhombus. Yet what I heard from them was a simple announcement of her death. With only 2 words. She died. Then it burned and turned to ashes in a second. On the same day, the first and only timekeeper who just took office, the 12-year-old child, returned alone from the storm. She told us the time in the outside world at that point. And that was how I knew she was right.
It is right in front of you.
What? If there is a God, why are you playing such a prank on us? After we had suffered from the collapse of all the existing orders and the failure of all the great laws. If this is what she calls a glimpse of the supreme existence, the moment of afflatus, do you have to present it in such a cruel way? The last 2 digits in the number of the year after that storm were exactly her name and her number. 77.
Wow. 没了，断了。
Incroyable! Incroyable! C'est vrai! Quelqu'un a vraiment fait cette prophétie! Ertin and Soneto will be thrilled to know what we found! Well done, Miss Sotheby! You performed as well as a formal investigator! We need to submit this report to your instructor immediately.
What are you doing in other people's rooms? This is my personal item. You have no rights to take it. Please leave immediately.
Personal item? This is a precious record that should have been submitted to the Foundation.
很戏剧性。
According to Administration and Regulations for Dispatch Personnel, St. Pavlov Foundation Decree number 259, every member of the Foundation, when acting as a field investigator, is required to create a comprehensive investigation report of all their actions and promptly submit it.
And they are obliged to ensure the authenticity, objectivity, and impartiality of the report. No personal bias is allowed in the content. If you have read this report, miss, you should know that it's not even qualified to be filed.
This is an emergency!
I can tell from your uniform, you are a student of SPDM, or... This is Laplace. Do you have your guardian's approval to leave the school, Miss Underage Student?
Approval? I don't need that. I am not a student. You are talking to the exceptionally promoted monitor assistant of SPDM. Here is my ID.
卫生间。
Did you just ignore a formal administrator of the Foundation? This monitor assistant will report every misbehavior of yours. Every little bit of them.
Wow.
Miss Wassel, we found that report here. The great Miss Buanish and I discovered some important information. I came to you and Madame Z immediately after we read
很
it.
救兵。算了，不知道。
Miss Buanish, why are you confronting Mr. Chair?
I didn't expect to see the second half of that report here in your room, Adler.
Don't call me that, friend. Why not just call me Enigma? Just like everyone else. Relax. I know nicknames mean no harm. But I don't understand. How is a report filled with meaningless words of any concern to you, Madam Z?
It provides information about the Arcanist group Virgin is now dealing with. If possible, please give it to me.
Of course. How can I turn down a request from Constantine's chief of staff? Take it away. I hope you don't mind the mold on it.
Please pay attention to your manners and do not bring disgrace to the computing center, Mr. Rude.
Ms. Buanish? Ms. Sotheby? You've done a great job. I'm sure what you have found would be of great help to Timekeeper. And I will report your active performance in this mission to SPDM as soon as possible, Ms. Buanish. We need to further analyze the files you found. The first on the scene could provide more detailed information. Let's get out of here.
Contribution exceptionnelle! Oh là là là! Exceptionnel! Non, non! Calme-toi, Mathilda. I didn't accomplish it alone. Assistant Sotheby also played a significant role.
还是要谦虚，挺好的，没有啊。
That is to say, Miss Burnish, we can start preparing the balloons and flowers for the twist ball.
Speaking of which, this monitor assistant still needs to think about it. By the way, just call me Mathilda.
There will be no advance in human technology. You think so?
Huh?
Even thee, Madam Z, has given up on the study of theoretical physics and become a politician.
No. I've never thought of that.
这是出于什么原因想去保护那份东西，那份报告的，还是推测而已啊？完成这不算吗？它不算任意关卡吗？打架来算吗？因为全是过去型。这边有东西。来吧，新航向。
I am astonished by the fact that you are interacting with others.
They broke in.
If it was a complaint that you were making, you know it is within your rights to submit an interdepartmental complaint within 7 days after the incident.
Don't bother. That file means nothing to me. I didn't file it because it is a report against the rules. Why bother to submit such a log full of personal feelings and emotional behaviors to our great, rigorous foundation?
Is that so? I am gratified to find that you still have some sense.
I too am gratified that you still have no idea that I was being sarcastic.
Oh, that was sarcasm.
Never mind. What do you want from me, Madam Lucy? You went all the way to this dusty, rundown place, so hurriedly that you even forgot to put on that pathetic mask. This is not because of some old files, I assume.
Certainly. I hope you can be the cryptographer of the Manus Vindictae's ritual. You are still the best.
You are asking me, a human, to decode the ritual of a pureblood arcanist group? I don't see how I'll be helpful to this project.
You cannot evaluate your own level of being of value, Adler.
Well, you evaluate our value. Test us in experiments you set. Prove the hypotheses by exhaustion, make mistakes, and start all over again. You repeat the process like a roaring locomotive that pulls the research center out of this chaotic disaster. You question not what is ahead of you, nor whether the path you've taken will be regular or easy. The only idea you planted into your little brain is to move forward, to improve.
Thank you for your compliment. Credit goes to everyone.
That was not even a... Vesmir. Guess you agree. A life without creativity is not worth living. And that's the life that I wake up to every day. I'm no longer the person you thought you came here for. I'll never be able to combine human technology and Arcanum. And I'll never comprehend even the slightest part of it. I am useless to you. I don't expect someone made of tin to understand a human mind. But I beg of you, leave me alone.
The work of analyzing the masks of Manus Vindicte did not go well. A side effect occurs in the researchers, and it is getting worse. The isolation wards on the basement level are overwhelmed.
What a scene. Have you aborted the experiment?
Not yet. We have conducted the Arcanum imaging experiment on the masks, and found a component which also exists in the raindrops of the storm. But knowing what it is composed of does not help explain how it works. What we're looking for is the original ritual that the Manus cast on them.
You're trying to figure out one's career planning from one's physical examination report. I wonder why it is not working. Even if somehow you manage to find the original ritual, you still need a proper environment to test it, which is the outside world with a coming storm. That's why we can't tell if we're getting results. Even if we had the right ritual, proper permission from the Foundation to travel, and strong-minded volunteer subjects. Experiments performed in the Ivory Tower won't succeed because...
An experiment about the storm can only be done in a storm. Glad to see your brain is not rusty yet. It only took you 3 sentences to draw the conclusion which took the seminar a week to reach. That proves you are capable of the project. The history maintenance team has forecast different critical points of this storm. Foundation investigators are on their way. If Manus Vindicte still plans to accelerate the storm, like what they have done in 1929, there will be a high possibility that their people will show up at the transformation point of history and society, also known as the critical point of time, the center of the storm. Your sister, Greta Hoffman, is also one of the investigators.
I have no interest in any Hoffmans other than myself. We have different perspectives.
It is okay. I am just here to inform you that if any of the investigators successfully send the information of the ritual back, the research about the immunity of the storm will be conducted immediately. Take your time and be mentally prepared. But once the storm alert is issued, we only have 24 hours to verify the feasibility of the ritual. I wish you will be fully prepared by then.
One thing is for sure now. The age of humans has come to an end.
Oh. 60瞬间以及丰饶的指示，好。 OK， 好，我们完成了。还要，好像说，对，今夜星光璀璨。我想要先玩那个吗？先玩主线还是怎样？
If you haven't tried холодец with blin, you've never really lived.
来看前线
Come
观察
here,
吗？
I will show you the real Russian.
习惯洪水之后。哦，其实我应该继续弄这边吧，我觉得。反正看一下吧。绿匕首。
Hey, you. Yes, you, my hurried child. You rush through the street. A show. A show.
维也纳。
Then this is just the right place for you. Oh, listen to me. Which act in a show do you... So, do you know which act I love the most? But 6. The part in which the king picks up his fallen head. The knight pulls out the sword in his chest. The bodies stand up, dust their clothes, and come to the front of the stage. Bow to the... Yes, it is. I have a good script here. Let me put on my... The princess, a nightingale decorated with diamonds, an opera singer taking... And the curtain falls forever. Her madness keeps them on alert. But in the court, nodding elegantly to every gentleman she meets. Next page. Oh. In a transparent room under an unyielding limelight, her dignity is stomped. No. Sleep, she said to me. Sleep. That's when the star falls into an everlasting dream. The blind... Or found eternal peace. Her world has become the performance. I'd say she's a great actress. Isn't she? Only one act of a play can't tell a good story by itself. Oh, forgive my ramblings. Fix your collar, darling.
觉得今天的话，我的红龙街他听话一点，不然我就觉得把这边破一下吧，破一关，看下剧情，然后再做接下来的。哦，这开幕很好看。
Meine Damen und Herren, willkommen! On behalf of the General Medical Association of Vienna, I would like to thank you all for attending this demonstration conference. It is a great honor. As we can see, dear friends, the era of science has arrived. The era of man has arrived. Today, we will share the honor of witnessing the advancement of technology, its contributions to medical science, and even the world. Now, please allow me to introduce the patient again, Miss Isolde von Dietersdorf. This lady has selflessly volunteered for the experiment, and in return, will receive a healthy mind in no time. She's been living a miserable life due to hysteria. how terrible it is for a young woman like her. As we all know, mental illness is taking an increasing toll on our country. Even suicide has become more rampant. The tragedies are piling up, and our dear lady is in excruciating pain as we speak. Thanks to the development of medical science, we can again be rescued from the abyss of pain. As I said before, the electroshock therapy uses the most advanced technology available. The medical use of electricity dates back to the 18th century. Isolde? The youngest daughter of the Dietersdorfs? Oh, no wonder she volunteered. The treatment should do wonders for her. You know there's something wrong with that family? I heard her mother stabbed old Dietersdorf in the temple with a brass needle and killed every maid in the room. That thing's even made it into the curio market. I heard not even the Lord's water could clean the blood off it. The family seems to be cursed. So far, no one's ever lived past the age of 40. In fact, the girl had a sister who died very young, and now her brother. I read in the papers that he killed himself, right? Well, the artist did what an artist would do. He wrote a sad poem and then set fire to his paintings, together with himself. You know what? My uncle works for the police. He showed me the autopsy report. The truth is, Theophil shot himself. He was killed by a bullet.
Gosh! Good thing he didn't have to suffer all that pain before he died. Poor boy, he was so talented and handsome. But the girl, oh, she's less fortunate. Fainted at her only brother's funeral. Didn't even get to see him one last time. I hope the latest treatment will alleviate her suffering.
Lunatics. The whole family is a bunch of lunatics. Manners, sir. This is Vienna, where we call these poor people arcanists.
I sincerely hope that Isolde can put an end to her miserable nightmare. After all, she is one of the most talented opera singers in Vienna. Just like her mother.
You know what they say? Talent and hysteria go hand in hand. Think about it. They both come from the mind. Quiet, please. The treatment will now begin. Are you ready, Miss Dietersdorf?
Yes. I'm ready. Please.
3, 2, 1. Okay. Calm down, my lady. Just hang in there, okay? The treatment will work. Perseverance is a virtue. I don't think the electroshock is causing the pain you seem to be experiencing. Don't let the imaginary fear get the better of you.
Yes.
Good. Now we'll begin stage 2. The voltage will be slightly increased. Please get ready, Miss Dietersdorf.
No!
Stage 3, an even higher voltage.
Enough! Forgive the
interruption, Dr. Schwartz, but I need you to stop the treatment immediately. I can't help but to question your methods, as well as the methods of the General Medical Association. Your electroshock therapy is a gross violation of humanitarian principles. Judging from what I just saw, it only brought the patient meaningless pain, and didn't help her condition one bit. Unless, of course, you intend to use physical pain to distract the patient from her mental pain.
Even though this is a conference meant for conversation, you're being a little rude. The new electroshock therapy is not what you know from the last century. Now that man has tamed electricity, there's no doubt that the EST is the best choice of treatment. You shouldn't take it at face value, because it's not like the underlying principles are the same as that frog experiment, huh? My treatment is supported by systemic theories and reliable references, and it is approved and sponsored by the General Medical Association, which means it's reasonable and legitimate. Well, you are, correct me if I'm wrong, a social activist known for her little arcane tricks, Miss Cacania. Or should I say, Miss Clara? As far as I know, you don't even have a medical degree. Besides your so-called art movement. This secession, is it? It confuses me, really. Anyway, in order to have a more professional conversation, I suggest we talk later. You know, after you get a medical license.
No, Dr. Schwartz. This conversation has nothing to do with my personal identity or experience. I'm only asking you as a citizen of Vienna, and as a human being with empathy. How can you not see that she's suffering? Have you been thoroughly brainwashed by the supposed authority of medical science? Or have you two been blinded and deafened by hysteria?
Oh! You rude little... Please allow me to reiterate, the EST is an advanced and reliable treatment. Besides, Miss Dietersdorf has signed an agreement before we started. The experiment is conducted under mutual consent. Your objection is of no use, and it is even harmful to the patient's interests. But we always welcome debate. Since you question my methods, please be my guest and indulge us with your thoughts on her condition.
As I understand it, Mr. Sigmund Freud published his studies on hysteria in 1895. He believes that hysteria was a psychological disorder caused by problems in the nervous system. It was not a simple organ disease. His trauma theory explains that the patient's personal life experiences were the real cause of the disorder, affecting the patient in subtle ways. It makes much more sense to analyze the patient's traumas than to harm their body. As to whether his theory is advanced enough, you can read The Totem and Taboo, which he published last year.
What? Freud. Freud! The man who told people to marry their mothers and kill their fathers. The one who couldn't get a word in when his patients spewed insanity. It took him 17 years to become a professor, for God's sake. Miss Clara, I've tolerated your immature antics, and I always welcome advice and opinion, as long as they're rational and reasonable. It's just, how could you challenge me with such an amateur's theory? You insult me as a gentleman, and you insult my reputation.
What? Dr. Schwartz, I did not mean to insult you.
哎。
Miss Dittersdorf, she's unconscious.
被连电房电晕了。
Get her off the chair now.
OK。为什么会有两个？是一样的东西吗？还是？啊，对，这样。它有两个，他叫我重新过一次吗？
Meine Damen und Herren, willkommen!
奇怪了。
What kind of a question is that? I have to remind you, except for some outdated I'm as curious. You could always allow me to return. See, we seldom remember our dreams. A doctor that values Shakespeare, he lures out forgotten memories from your past through a technique called freeze. All you need to do is to lie on the sofa and spill. Once you do that, your mental health will surely improve. But what about the medical journals you make? And he has. You can read. Your name will be blacked out on the... Oh, my dear. Oh, it must be tolerated for this. It really is the smallest. Besides. Perhaps. Come. Listen. Do you hear? But this is the other way.
Wow.意识不高人，劣质登士顿，这我现在看到了。洞悉，人工梦游，第三上门。 打了一坨的。
So long as this. Oh. Se prepararon su custerbo cole. It's alright. Devi hacer un intento. Oh. Right win. A little trick. So long as this. Use this reality. Ethan. Oh. Devi hacer un intento al intento. I totally... mixed up. It should be fine, right? She's gone. Whatever the fuck she gone. And this is an alien city. This is the gift. Well prepared for you. Swallow my exhaust. Each moment, now light. Right win. So long as this right win this power to be. I will pray for you. Sorry.
如燕，很多东西，我就忘记就是那个叫什么了。啊，这样啊，好啦。 全部破完了。
There's still a vacancy behind me on my broomstick. There's still a vacancy behind me on my broomstick.
天使娜娜，可点燃，可燃点。流变是怎样？可以乱选。我是有这只啊，我有它吗？现在没有啊。啊，对，那种北方少哥。
You're finally here. I could use a sponsor like you. So.
哪一个？
You're finally here. I could use a sponsor like you.
德涅斯特河沿岸共和国。这个国家是可以写出来的、哦。哇哦！我有点惊讶于他的国家。
A new hypothesis. A good point. An academic question. In my home, genius researcher faces funding dilemma. Damn it, this isn't even in my hometown, especially during winter. It's hard to catch those parts of natural life that easily change. Even spending days hunkering down and waiting, observing, almost nothing will pass through the snow, except my footprints.
我是有点惊讶于这个国家。贝利尔。
Du chaos naissent les questions, et dans leurs réponses, nous trouvons l'homme.
不知道。那我觉得有的没的，他是哪呢
Speak.
Go! Don't be annoying. I'm going to take care of my lady S101.
这个是看起来就很好看啊，虽然确实蛮好看的，但这个就很有种这种蛇类的。那干嘛嘛？乱玩。
You're back. Of course you are.
为什么？因为我讲话很小声。啊，操！来弄共鸣好了。
Welcome to Typhon's movie party.
啊，看，不要弄东西。柏林东，
I'm not
你
good
到
at
齐耶
dealing with visitors. It reminds me. 推荐角色37，推荐苏富比，苏富比，这个吧。是干嘛的？这是苏富比啊，新提案时尚师
Don't be in and out. You're bugging me.
You're back. Of course you are. Because this place is the origin.
苏富比的那个可以。
I'm not good at dealing with visitors.
Welcome to Typhon's movie party.
对，印象是可以升级的，对吧？没忘记我升它，升级形象，升级啊！注意了吗？ 变那种穹影，然后可以升这些吗？有升级啊？哦，征服啊，对。我靠！把这些钱丢进去。慢慢的玩。开始。开始蝴蝶点了，对不对？身尾就先不用了吧。
Speak.
怎么你？
Welcome to Typhon's movie party.
术法攻击，仪式威力。马蒂尔达吧。反正不会用，那就直接乱搞、乱弄。怎么说呢？把这球丢一丢啊！就先这样。
Go! Don't be annoying. I'm going to take it.
Greetings. Today your shirt matches the color of your eyes very well. You're back. Of course you are. Because this place is the origin.
这用什么？
Don't be in and out. You're bugging me.
You're back. Of course you are. Because
Don't be in and out. You're bugging me. There's still a vacancy behind me on my broomstick. Would you like to ride together? Of course, if you dare to vomit on my back.
Greetings. Today your shirt matches the color.
I'm not good at dealing with visitors. It reminds me of something bad.
我先，反正
Greetings.
先升14行共鸣。
Greetings. Today your shirt matches the color.
合成。先拉7吧。哦 ，fuck。哦，讨厌。东西可以换成黑色。 暂时乱玩当中。
So long as this. Uh-oh. A little trick. How did you even? Uh-oh. Don't blink. Right win.
我觉得现在一回合可以把它弄掉。
Red 38.
试一下，试一下。
And now, I belong to this set.
Shall I ask the enemy for their tactics?
下点猛料，下点猛料。
Who ate beans?
Wonder what time. Don't blink.
啊，覆盖器。
Red
慢慢乱玩当中。哇，我的剩1000多而已，不到1000而已啊。
Look at my back.
啊，剩那么少了，我不知道哎。
Don't blink.
超快。
Using troops.
我觉得这种朋友在玩1999，超好笑。
Greetings. Today your shirt.
好，看能不能争取在尽快弄掉。我感觉是团体的哦 ，man。
I hear some
Wonder what
in that.
Agents have gone. It's called
a
common
little
sense.
trick.
How troublesome. It could be found. Whose heart is in that? It could be found. Oh? Are you a rat that remembers? The final demonstration. Intersect and divide.
Swallow my exhaust.
好的。2万1，啊这个。非常好看的大刀特效，没有死。他真的不如普林中。
Whose heart is beating so loud? Fine.
Talking out calms people down.
Agents have gone. It's called common sense.
Stay low profile.
一样的靠背，干嘛、啊？超好笑。
This trial is mine. A little trick. Uh-oh.
不要怎么挂4的啊！我。
Dumplings. Pay what I did with my blood. Dumplings.
啊！
I've already said that sodomy doesn't need.
我靠！市场是开大有那么屌吗？原来是我错怪了一切。我在搞。这样一个6星级的生日东西1至1级，
Go! Don't be
不简单
annoying.
吗？
I'm going to take.
这看起来就很屌，洞悉1至1级。
Là, on laisse les questions, et dans leurs réponses, nous trouvons l'ordre. Pour ceux qui ne voient pas la voie du destin, la vie n'est qu'une mer en tumulte, mais en apprenant à la naviguer.
Oh. 算了，之后再弄好了，这弄好了。14行嘛，共鸣。
Greetings. Today your shirt matches.
OK。选一下角色共鸣。先弄到这边，37的共鸣1到9了哦，他弄的。
Of course you are. Because this place.
苏富比，我觉得柏林以东，我也稍微弄一下他的共鸣。哦，他共鸣到7了哦，怎么弄的？
Welcome to Typhon's movie
洞
party.
悉30级解锁狂想，
You're back.
你在干嘛？
Of course you are. Because this place is
这个不够，我靠！到底是用了多少啊？输出的，他可能不应该带37，这2轮哦。想一下。
Whose heart is beating so loud?
风书。
Talking out calms people down. Uh-oh. Time to check my calculation. It could be found.
Fine.
Are you a rational member?
Dumpling.
大的来了。
I hear something. The final demonstration. Oh? Welcome to the world of numbers.
Here.
Away. We should listen to what people say. Whose heart is beating so loud? For tomorrow. Secrets always hide in careless words. Listen carefully. Agents have
有时候
guns.
柏林东的暴击真的蛮高的。
Victory. Oh,
再刷一下好了。我用那么快哦，我靠！ 是啊，我4倍4倍爽。对，我回归一下，这样这个问题也不大。
Welcome to the world of numbers.
这样，37的大招是不是没有14行大招来凑？是我错觉，我不知道。
Victory? Okay.
37
But what does it
不至于吧？他大招有些伤害很可观啊。其实我不应该就是带37的。
You're back. Of course you are.
诶，没有吗？
Because this
这只角色没有那个，没有
Don't
狂
be
想。
in and out. You're bugging me.
狂想是还这样的，是不是？我不知道，37没有啊。
You're back. Of course you are. Because this place is the
暴击力
origin.
提升20%，非常恐怖。攻击提升10%，伤害100%，非常的庞大，14行哎。
Greetings. Today your shirt
哦，
matches the
敌方
color
全
of
体
your
300%
eyes
的
very
限时
well.
伤害。这么哦，原来14行的这么硬
You're
吗？
back. Of course you are. Because this place is the
我
origin.
不灵动哎，它的伤害计算
I'm not good at dealing with visitors.
单体
It
625%
reminds
的
me
限
of
时伤
something
害。
bad.
哇，625%，
Don't be in and out. You're bugging me.
775%限时伤害。暴击时本次攻击吸血率增加15%。这什么怪物啊？这不。
Welcome to Typhon's movie party.
啊，去做任务吗？现在也没什么6星角可以练，这只
Tu
再
perds
洞
en
悉一
ces
下吧，我觉得。
questions et dans le réponse.
This trial is mine, son. So long as this. Each moment is now light. A little trick. I know the way. And this is an more like good. No salvation atonement for thy sins. In full. I know the way. Don't blame. This is an alien city. Right, Win. I will pray for you. Sorry.
应该还不够。
Just as what's been practiced countless times. May the peace be with us.
Look at my back.
主播，怎么了？怎么了？怎么了吗？哥，
I search to pick the world I have never
会
seen
怕
before.
哥。
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
I know the moon, and this is an alien city. Each
叫我
moment
发生什么
now
事吗？
light.
大哥，他没死哦。
Don't blink.
这个就很不应该。
final demonstration.
Whatever. Fine.
Welcome to the world of numbers.
有个可能性就是全部都没死。
Swallow my exhaust.
哎，大招没放吗？哎，我靠，大招怎么没放出来啊？啊！
I saw a shark. Oh.
靠，误会了什么吗？
Se prepararon su cuerpo gole.
我可能误会了什么。好的一样的啊，哥。
Look at my back.
还是需要 ASN 啊？到底是叫我干嘛？你打我哦！
Don't blink.
没有啊。
Swallow my exhaust. Don't blink. Uh-oh.
Devi avere un terzo attitude. Victory? Okay. But what does it mean to...
干还是不够。
Hilly things! I know them. And this is a moment now light.
Right win.
Welcome to the world of numbers!
Swallow my exhaust. Don't blink. A little trick.
Se prepararon su cuerpo gole. Victory? Okay.
OK，
But
返回
what
来
does it
源，
mean to us?
终于够了。是这个吗？合成。这个。烦呐、
May peace be with us. I know them.
A little trick. Uh-oh. Don't blink. Pay what I did with my blood.
Prepararon su cuerpo gole.
Don't blink.
So long as this. Each moment is now light. I will pray for you. Sorry.
Shall I ask the enemy for their tactics? Finally, some interesting work. Whose heart is time?
It could be found.
Agents have guns. It's called common sense.
A little trick.
Shh. I hear something.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Talking out calms people down.
Don't blink.
Victory? Okay. But what does it mean to us?
Look at my back. Wanna watch the aerial?
It could be found.
Fine.
again.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts?
Don't be so curious. Oh, there's a bubble. Victory? Okay, but what does it mean to us?
I once caught a glimpse of its true form.
Greetings. Today your shirt matches the color.
共鸣13集，我靠，杀我啊！共鸣13要升多久啊？
Don't be in and
共
out.
鸣10我就已
Your
经
body.
快不行了，这个大家要不要自己看？这是啥小啊？铂金版，他妈欸！玩家不是可以这样虐待的吗？
There's still a vacancy behind me on my broomstick. Would you like to that?
这个是那个。 好了，今天台就差不多了，下的就明天再来吧。